Breaking news at 4 o'clock, Guilford County reports its first positive coronavirus case. Here's what we know about the very latest case out of Guilford County. Health officials say the person traveled to Orlando, Florida, and started experiencing symptoms when they returned to the Triad. That person reportedly works for Syngenta in Greensboro, which is an agriculture company that helps improve global food security with the help of farmers. The company says that the employee is isolated with minor symptoms. Other people who were in contact with this person at work are now in self-isolation in contact with doctors as well. Right now, there are 47 cases here in North Carolina, and that number is rapidly changing. 2 in Forsyth County and again 1 in Guilford County. And the governor has placed new restrictions statewide. Governor Roy Cooper is asking all restaurants and bars in North Carolina to close their dining rooms tonight. Cooper says takeout and delivery orders can continue, but eat-in options are no longer allowed. The governor hopes that this can slow down the spread of the virus across our state. Greensboro city leaders just wrapped up a news conference from the city's municipal building, and our Kirsten Gutierrez is live right now from that location with a recap. Kirsten, what did he have to say?
Now, City Manager David Parrish just wrapped up a few minutes ago, like you mentioned, and with the first confirmed case of coronavirus here in Greensboro, they're just trying to contain that spread. Now, he says starting tomorrow, all city library branches and indoor parks and recreation facilities will be closed. That includes the Greensboro History Museum, Greensboro Cultural Center, and Greensboro Aquatic Center. The Greensboro Farmers Curb Market has been suspended. City lakes, parks, and golf courses will be open from 10 to 3 every day. And all trails, greenways, neighborhood parks will be open from sunrise to sunset. Now, all board and commission meetings have been canceled for the next month, and city officials are banned from traveling. With all these restrictions, the city's biggest concern right now is your safety.
We want to make sure that we get as much information, as good information as we possibly can, because we have close to 300,000 people that live in this city that we care for and we care about. We want to make sure they have as much good information as they possibly can.
Now, they are not charging for any water cutoffs because of late payments right now to help with this pandemic, and there's no word on when all these parks will be back opened and facilities will be back open, rather. For all the updates, you can head to the City of Greensboro website. They said they will post all their updates and updates on the coronavirus here in the city on there from now on. Live in Greensboro, Kirsten Gutierrez, WXI 12 News.
All right, thank you, Kirsten. In High Point, Mayor Wagner has declared a state of emergency. This is all in response to the coronavirus. The mayor says mass gatherings on city property will be prohibited. The High Point Library, Museum, Theater, and city rec centers will be closed until further notice. The city will provide details regarding businesses on the city's website as well as social media. And folks, we have just learned that UNC Chapel Hill employee, one of them tested presumptively positive for COVID-19. The school says that the employee is now self-isolating at home. They are working on reaching out to those who may have had close contact with that individual. UNC Systems is taking new steps to keep students off of campus for the spring semester. Students living on university housing will be asked to remain at or return to their permanent homes. In addition to that, that will all be unless granted an exception by the university. The guidance from the interim UNC system president is protect the health and safety of campus communities. Campuses will also reduce dining operations to takeout or similar options as well. As the coronavirus continues to change ever so rapidly, so is the way that local jails and courts are conducting business. The Forsyth County Jail is in the process of releasing some inmates with minor offenses early. At a news conference this morning, Sheriff Bobby Kimbrough stressed that this does not include violent offenders, rather those charged with not paying for child support or failure to appear in court. The sheriff says ultimately this decision and decisions about suspending evictions is up to a judge and not him. So far, no staff nor any of the 800+ inmates have tested positive for the coronavirus inside of the Forsyth County Jail. President Donald Trump says that he is going big on aid for the economy amid the coronavirus outbreak. The White House is pushing an $850 billion stimulus package, largely in the form of a tax relief for small businesses and the airline industry. But President Trump said that this could also include checks to American families. It is unclear who would get money and exactly how much money would be distributed. And because of this support, stocks bounced back on Wall Street after a major sell-off that we saw. Investors are still uncertain about how badly the coronavirus will hit the economy. President Trump said yesterday that we may be headed into a global recession. If you think you or someone you know may be sick with the coronavirus or even something else, Novant Health is now offering a new tool so that you can get treatment without leaving the comfort of your home. Leanne Denyer explains.
Good evening, Ms. Williams. How can I help you tonight?
Family medicine specialist Dr. Travis Howell provides treatment for anything from a child's earache to late life care.
I have a lot of congestion and a really bad cough, and I had a fever early this week.
But sometimes his patients are somewhere else entirely.
And are you taking any medicines at home for this?
I've been taking Dayquil and ibuprofen.
Novant Health began offering video visits several years ago, but now, amid ongoing concerns about COVID-19, they're pushing more patients to consider going digital when appropriate.
In these times where we may not want to bring well people into the office when we're trying to control spread of the coronavirus, or when we really don't want to bring our people that are high risk for getting ill into the office, a lot of the routine complaints can be evaluated virtually.
Novant offers virtual visits through an app. Public Relations Manager Samantha Williams stepped in to demonstrate how it works. There's also a kit families can purchase for more in-depth screenings.
This first attachment is the stethoscope attachment. So using this, if the patient puts the TytoCare device right here, we can hear the heart. We can get good lung sounds on each side. And of course, if you have an assistant, we can listen to the back. Or, mom or dad at home can put this on their child and we can listen well there.
A virtual visit can also offer insight into whether or not someone should be tested for the coronavirus.
An e-visit or a video visit can certainly help us either reassure you that it doesn't sound consistent with that or direct you to a testing center where we can test you from your car, limit your exposure to other people.
Efforts are being made across industries to limit the potential exposure of the virus. Novant knows people are worried.
Our first recommendation is that they call their primary care provider. That's really the first place where they can talk to you about the screening criteria and whether the person would be appropriate to be screened for coronavirus. And if somebody doesn't have a primary care provider, they can call our helpline, which is 24/7.
Doctors using tech to advance their care without ever adjusting their mission.
It's actually very rewarding. The patients have been very appreciative. I've been able to practice some high quality medicine.
In Winston-Salem, Leanne Denyer, WXII 12 News.
Atrium Health, Novant Health, and Wake Forest Baptist Medical Health are now rescheduling non-essential surgeries, procedures, and ambulatory appointments effective tomorrow. Folks, this will minimize the risk of spreading the coronavirus among patients, visitors, and healthcare providers. Any emergency and essential services will continue uninterrupted. A drive-through coronavirus testing program is now open at Moses Cone Hospital in Greensboro. Here's how it works. You cannot be tested in the drive-through without a referral from a doctor, so let's be very clear on that. However, once you get a referral, you will be directed into one of these tents and screened to determine whether or not you should be tested for COVID-19. Cone Health says it is working on opening 2 more drive-through testing clinics in Rockingham and Alamance counties. No word yet on an opening date for those. Starting tomorrow, patients and visitors will no longer be able to enter Randolph Health through the visitor entrance located on the 3rd level of the parking deck. Patients and visitors will, however, be rerouted to 2 designated entrances to contain the access to the hospital. That will begin starting at 5 a.m. Now, while many businesses are shutting down because of the coronavirus, one local company is actually booming with business because of this health threat. Our Bill O'Neill shows us how this company helps disinfect businesses and homes.
We have never been more focused on clean. And whether it is your home, yourself, your business, making sure that you are clean and germ-free has never been more important. Using good old-fashioned bleach and new technology, A Salisbury-based company is literally cleaning up over the pandemic caused by the coronavirus.
We created this preventative maintenance programs for the flu season. So we started this business during that time, and what happened is the coronavirus came in right in the middle of it, and it was a perfect storm, I guess, for us.
The company's owner says his staff uses a unique process to disinfect daycares, nursing homes, and business offices, helping bring some peace of mind in these scary times.
We're bringing some light to people that are, scared. They want to protect their customers. They want to protect their employees. And we're here to do that for them.
Workers use Clorox 360, applied through an electronic misting device that fights germs left on surfaces.
What we do, though, is we use an electrostatic sprayer. So what that electrostatic sprayer does is it takes that liquid and turns it into droplets. It then charges those droplets, and those droplets adhere to surfaces with a force stronger than gravity.
The company's in high demand these days, says owner Sean Blackwell.
I mean, it's 6 o'clock in the morning right now. We're out here getting ready to miss this building and this office, and that's how we've been running, man. It's 24/7, 7 days a week.
And hiring more staff to keep up with the demand. Not bad for a company that started operation just 5 months ago. Yeah, cleaning your hands with soap and water. Well, according to health officials, this is the most important cleaning any of us will do. In Greensboro, I'm Bill O'Neill, WXII 12 News.